up, walk the block back and forth like 3 or 4 times, and then go change clothes. It messed with me. It messed with some of my family, the people that were close to me, the people that were really able to see. Like, I mean, you're talking about every single night, like the same car, circle the block,
and it's like an all tinted window.
No, it'd be regular cars. They'll circle the block, and then
like undercover.
Yeah. And then he'll guys and girls park the car, get up, walk the block back and forth like 3 or 4 times, and then go change clothes
and walk it again.
Yeah, and walk back and forth.
Community or gang stalking. It's an eerie practice aimed at your psyche to make you almost feel like you're going crazy.
Are people following me? And then I started to wonder also, well, how do they know when I'm here and when I'm not here?
Another thing that the CIA does, so they recruit you, right? And if you don't want to do whatever they want you to do, then they kill you.
That a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to kill me."
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa?
If you did have any kind of business going on today, or any kind of things like that, you're going to find how minuscule and worthless it was compared to this fork in the road that you're about to.
What are you talking about? No, why don't you come out and say it? Why don't you come out and say what fork in the road are you talking about?
Dude, whatever. I honestly, I don't care. I'm getting out of here. I don't care. Okay, and it's when I tell somebody, hey, you know what? If you cross the street without looking, you're going to get run over. That's not a threat. That's advice. Okay?
Do you know what?
And you're about to cross the street without looking both ways.
No.
And I'm telling you, you know what? You might get hit by a car. That is not a threat. That is a solid piece of advice. But you don't want to take it.
We don't have time for true natural selection. We would all be hideously overcrowded and starve waiting for that. The next best solution is to have individual units kill off other individual units.
Never mind.
Man, sorry about that. Hope it won't hurt my rating.
No.
We need to maintain a proper balance of anxiety and fear, chaos and horror in order to keep life going. And if we don't have that, we need to invent it.
And now they say their lives have been placed in danger.
I have never in my life worked for the police, been an informant for the FBI, the state, nobody, Jeff.
It's all false and fake information, period. And I mean, I'm furious, I'm mad, I'm upset. I mean, it's got people looking at me on a daily basis, looking at me weird and crazy, like I'm a snitch out here in the streets, and it's not true.
He did one last Snapchat and told us that the government was after him and our family. That is when we knew something was really wrong.
Who refused to become an informant for the FBI, and sort of what happened to him and his family, especially his family, after he made that fateful decision.
They'll hunt you. You'll hunt me. You'll condemn me.
You're not one of us. You're not one of us!
Set the dogs on me.
Don't get
Yeah, this is what they do. They linger, and then they leave. Once you start recording them, dog walker stalkers. That's what they are. So now you're getting nervous. Now he's moving that way. You know what I mean?
Where are you?
I'm everywhere. Black gold.
There's nobody else in the store. I'm just wondering what you think about this in terms of gang stalking. Just the general idea of somebody just kind of browsing around when there's nobody else in the store right near where you were, or just browsing right near where you are. as I said, there's always somebody near you wherever you go. So it's just a question of, is this possible to be gang stalking routine? Just walking around you. They train people to do this. This is the person's license plate number who was involved in stalking or setting up the stalking routines in the store. And here are the other people who were doing the organized stalking of me in this store. And now they're all leaving, and this person who is in charge of them all is also leaving. So let's back up and watch how it works. And here's another one coming in, and somebody else. Watch the way the routines work. Here we go. What happens is that after they do the targeting, they start leaving and coming, all suddenly, all at once. Now here comes another one there, and another one, and the others are all leaving. So, organized stalking. So you see how many people are leaving? This is on a deserted day at an odd hour. This is how organized stalking works. As I said, that woman who is in that gray car is the one who is in charge of organizing the organized stalking routines. And here comes another person over there. What they do is they just surround you.
So this looks at how people adopt the goals of society, but they lack the means to obtain them. So if you lack the means, you want the goals, but you lack the means, then the alternative is to turn to crime. So you might have someone who wants material wealth. They want a nice home, they want cars, a nice car, they want nice clothing, jewelry, the ability to take a nice vacation, so forth and so on. But they don't have access to conventional means, or they reject the conventional way of achieving a goal, like going to school and getting a job and so forth and so on. So they come up with an alternative way to achieve the goal. So they engage in what's called the criminal enterprise, or the underground economy.
They'll cast you out. Look at him. You picked the wrong side. Nobody cares about you. Look at him. You think they'd give a shit? But if you live, you think they're gonna give up their lives for you? Where's the camera?
On December 21st, 2020, Dane called his mom from the highway saying it wasn't safe to come home.
One of the last things Dane said to me was, "It's not safe, Mom. Your life is in danger, Mom. There's targets on you, and there's more targets on Dad."
Are people following me? And then I started to wonder also, well, how do they know when I'm here and when I'm not here?
Wait a second. Go ahead.
So my name is Alex Dodge, and this is Johnny Liu from Brooklyn Research. We were talking just a little bit about some of the early research and development we did in terms of being able to detect muscle movement electrically from one person and transmit it to another. This is some early graduate work that I did with Johnny Liu before we started Brooklyn Research.
Go ahead, and what did you do?
Basically, we used a technique called an electromyographic sensor, or myoelectric sensor, and this actually lets you detect the electrical pulses that happen when you move a muscle. And we're able to amplify that a great deal and transmit it to another individual, and using the same kind of electrical signal to activate their muscles. So in a sense, we were able to read muscle activity from one person and then write it to another person.
So in a way, I mean, in lieu of saying this is mind control, would you say this is body control?
Yeah.
You think it's called body control?
Well, we nicknamed it human puppetry.
Is that what you called it?
That's what we nicknamed it.
Okay, can you tell me your name, please?
My name's Alex Dodge.
And you're with what company?
Brooklyn Research.
Brooklyn Research? And we are now where? Today's date, and where are we now?
We are talking transition for the new mayorship in New York City.
And did you ever hear of electromagnetic radiation and targeting individuals using that equipment?
Johnny might be able to talk more about that.
Have you ever heard of it?
Sorry, what was the question?
Did you ever hear of using electromagnetic radiation and using it to either target or hurt other human beings?
We know of it. We don't actually work on it.
But I mean, you've heard of it, but you never worked on it.
Yeah.
And you know of it through just what? What purpose? How do you know it of it?
Because I just keep up to date on like science news for the most part. And I know like you have to do shielding sometimes for your own electrical components, and just to be aware of that, you also run into this kind of things.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think what you're doing is great. I love your idea. And again, I'm going to see if I can get this picture in here. Thank you very much for telling Occupy Wall Street all about this.
Keep being you. Don't let nobody change you. Keep being you. Everybody else is already taken. It's already enough people out here trying to take on somebody else's character. And while they think that it makes them look good, people look at them and shake their head at them. You keep being you, whether somebody like it or not. It's somebody out here that like your aura. It's somebody out here that like your energy. It's somebody out here that want what you have to offer. It's somebody out there that like that goofy laugh. It's somebody out there that just love to see you doing what you do, how you do it. You might have a walk that somebody like. You might talk the way somebody like. It might be the way you do your hair. It might be the way you cut your hair. It might be the way you dress. That ain't just so popular in popular opinion. Y'all feel what I'm saying? You keep being you. Somebody out there want what you have to offer.
Are you dealing with what appears as community harassment? The government is abusing people with MK Ultra, modifying people's behavior, using everyday circumstances and situations that can be normal. But it's not, because it's being orchestrated to get you angry, to get you upset, to react violently, to cause you to have a mental breakdown, creating societal dysfunctions and covering it up by having that person diagnosed with schizophrenia to remove all validity in that person's words and to cover their ass from the torture they are putting people through. We really need to normalize believing the unbelievable, because the things they coerce people to do is exactly that. Unbelievable, but it's true. They will coerce people to walk into the street just so you can hit them. If that's what it takes to build a case on you, they will. Everywhere you go, you deal with obstruction and constant nuances. People blocking your path, vehicles blocking your path, vehicles blocking your driveway, people parking next to you at an empty lot, people sitting next to you when there's empty seats available. It's like people are drawn towards you and gravitate your way. How about bright headlights constantly obstructing your view? How about trash being thrown and not being picked up at your residence?